know what they're not bringing back though to Target? This upsetting baby daddy Father's Day card. Now, Takesha Sanders, 35 years old from Rockwell, Texas, posted an image of the card on her Facebook 2 weeks ago and pretty much lost her mind when she saw this card at a Target. Now, it's a black couple. It says baby daddy.
Gross.
And she just was not over the moon about this. So at face value, the card is super offensive. But when you open the card, it goes into some really lovable, wonderful thing that says, you're a wonderful husband and father, and I'm so grateful to have you as my partner, my friend, and my baby daddy. Happy Father's Day. This enraged a lot of people online. One, because there isn't a lot of cards that are representing the black community. You know, at Christmas time, you have Kwanzaa, you have those cards at that time, but when you go look for a card for an occasion, they're not really ethnic specific, right? And then when you find one, it's perpetuating the stereotype that you are having children out of wedlock, which is, I don't have a problem with that, but for her, Takesha, and a lot of other people online, she felt that, hey, this is inappropriate, and so did Target. They removed it, and the card's being removed from all Targets across the country. But what do you guys think?
Damn.
Why damn?
Because I wanted to get a baby daddy card and frame it before they took him out of the stores.
Oh, are you a baby daddy though?
I'm not a baby daddy, no.
Okay.
And I didn't have a father.
Got it.
So it's like, come on.
Right.
We can do better.
Sure,
We can do
absolutely.
We can do way better.
The argument though online was, and even with myself, I chimed in on Twitter and I said that growing up, you have my aunts that are married that have children would say that, oh, that's my baby daddy. Mm-hmm. You know, and it was a term of endearment, and I could totally see how they view that as, oh yeah, she was in these streets, she had all these kids, so I can see the negative connotation. But there is a term of endearment with some people when you call them baby daddy.
Yeah.
Perhaps it varies like from person to person.
Of course, naturally.
Right.
Maybe they should,
Keisha didn't like it. Keisha got pissed.
Tell Keisha. Takesha did not like it.
When you're walking through Target, you're like the greeting card area is like the funny ones are all like a drawing of an old white lady who's being like, I'm a battle axe and I have jokes about sisterhood and getting older and saggy boobs. And it's not very, it's I would say pretty much exclusively like just drawings of white people being cheeky in the funny section of that. But like, what if it was like, oh, this is done by a black person making that joke that your aunt made.
Yeah.
It's just difficult when it's like, hey, I'm Target. Right. And trust me that I'm not being super racist right now.
The environment, right. Well, so there's some tweets. Miss Leisha Yvette said, seriously, at Target, baby daddy is not a term of endearment. This is an insult to black fathers and a slap in the face to the African-American community as a whole. There are plenty of black men that are excellent fathers and not baby daddies. Agreed. Mm-hmm. So Grace, you make a great point that all depends on how the person interprets it. Target did give a statement. Joshua Thomas, who's a spokesperson for Target, said, we want all of our guests to feel welcome and respected when they shop at Target. We were made aware of some concerns about this card last week and are working with our vendor to have it removed from Target stores ASAP. We appreciate the feedback and apologize. It is never our intent to offend our guests ever. So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I think just people need to be more aware and more cognizant of the content.
And I think just ultimately, there's a wide open lane in the greeting card industry to represent minority communities. Like, boy, oh boy, is it fun for me to try and find a queer greeting card.
Well, people gravitate.
So what's it like?
You wouldn't get a baby daddy card?
It's like not, I mean, like, what do I, because the only things that I'll find a lot of cards that'll be like, to my wife, and like, a guy like me is hard to blah, 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 blah. But like, it's harder to find that intersection of identities in the greeting card aisle. So it's a wide open lane for someone.
You should start a company.
Right, there you go.
That. Boom.
Wasn't this trying to do that?
Hey.
Would you think this was trying to do that, but just wrong? Like, that's what's so, it's like, it's just Target. Target doesn't have a face. The closest thing Target ever had to a face was a dog.
Yes.
The doggy.
And there's no one you can look in the eye and go like, are you super racist? So they just didn't seem like they were careful enough with the responsibility of making these greeting cards. And it doesn't sound like a huge responsibility. Like, I would print a bunch of them, put them all there. But like, it is important, I think, that, I mean, who cares what I think, but like, that people pay attention to that kind of crap.
It was probably a conference room full of white people making the decision to make a massive order of those cards.
And then
didn't know what the hell they were buying.
I hear that baby daddy is a term in the songs. Ooh. Anyways, all right. So our Instagram stars the worst. This is amazing. This is a major gripe of mine about Instagram stars. Apparently, they're ruining the travel industry when it comes to luxury hotels because these Instagram stars reach out to major hotels trying to get free nights. There are people, and then they say, I'll post a beautiful photo of my stay at your luxury hotel. Kate Jones, who runs a 5-star resort in the Maldives, says that she gets 6 requests a day on average from Instagram stars saying, hey, I want to stay at your thing. And
That's on my bucket list to go to the Maldives, by the way. Like,
really?
Oh, I have to go there.
It's
with
so
her.
far.
With her too. Jesus.
It's like in the Indian, yeah, that's the one that got me.
Wow.
That's the one that got me.
Okay, guys. Wow.
Keep
Yeah.
going. Keep going.
Jeez. HR.
I do this though. I've done this. I don't have that many followers on Instagram, but I've done that.
You
To
garbage
the
man.
Maldives?
I can go to the Maldives and do it.
What?
I just need to take a week off. But yeah, there are places out there that do this. And a lot of these hotels have like a roster of people that they trust. And I do it through a service called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But I'm going there as part of their thing. And you write a whole review of it and the reviews stand in. And it's 2 days. And they don't fly you there, but you get to stay for free.
It's called Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith
going
Hotels.com. Do it.
Free hotels.
Let's debunk what an influencer is, because you guys all know how I feel about that word, influencer. PSA from Pop Trigger: you are not an influencer if you don't have at least 100,000 followers, right? I'm sorry. If you have 40,000 followers, good. I have 37,000 followers on Instagram. The only thing I'm influencing is, I don't know, nothing. But it blows my mind that people, the audacity that they think, fly me to Paris because I think I'm someone on your dime, and I'll post a picture and it'll get busy. We talked about that with the girl. What was her name? The influencer that.
Yeah, the English one or something.
Right.
Who said, I'm gonna go write it up. They don't end up writing it up, or when they do, they think that everything, they need to roll out the red carpet for them.
You're no one.
They don't even want to pay like the cleanup fee.
Right. When I check in, I make sure and tell them I work for Yelp. And that's always gotten me upgrades on rooms.
Because they're afraid, like
they're afraid.
But see, that you're being smart though. You're
Right.
being a smart consumer. You're not necessarily saying, I want to come to you having a hotel on the moon because I have 50,000 followers. I deserve to be treated as royalty.
I think even if you have 100,000 or more, just be a decent person. The egos that have been inflated through social media are just absolutely unchecked. And at the end of the day, like, be a good, kind person that is grounded. And if you have some perks that come from that, cool, but just recognize that as readily as this is here, this X number of followers that you have, it could be gone, tomorrow, and that you can't take, look what my arm says, you can't take any of it with you. Wow.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
It's not important.
You were passionate.
Follow Grace on Instagram for more tattoos.
Yeah.
What's her
Instagram?
Instagram?
I'm not even gonna tell you.
What's her
I
Instagram?
hate this so
What's her
much.
Instagram?
At Grace.
Yo, can we put it on the screen?
I mean, it's only on the screen.
Can we put it on the screen, please? What's her
I
Instagram?
don't think,
Poor Grace, man. I love it. Grace, I follow you.
You're such a
Brett,
dear
don't you have to
person.
do an app read now?
Yeah,
I do.
Yo,
Yeah.
download the TYT app. Do it
Tuna.
now. Android, sorry.
For now. Sorry. For
iPhones, you're good. Androids, just stay home.
BlackBerry, why are you here?
I have a
Chewy has a
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
Yo, yeah.
He was
Show
typing
us.
away. You and Kim Kardashian, last on earth.
Me, Kim Kardashian, and Will I Am from Black Eyed Peas.
Terrible.
TYT.com/app. Thanks for Chewy Martinez.
Chewy!